What's going on, guys? This Dealer here back again with RDX Podcast with special guest Xbot448. We've got a lot of good topics, some Crackdown stuff. Apparently, that's being debated all over the place. We've got stuff regarding an Xbox leak. We've got everything. You guys know this already. We've got everything you need. So if you guys are checking it out on Twitter, hit that retweet, hit that like button. We appreciate your support. We're gonna start while the people stream in. Right? We gotta have some light topics. We'll start with some Destiny 2 final kind of beta impressions, our final thoughts on the Destiny 2 beta, something light, and then we'll move on to the meaty stuff. But first, I wanted to kind of ask everybody how they've been, what they've been up to. Luca, what have you been up to?
Hey, what's up, brother? I've been doing good, just playing some games. I recently picked up Injustice 2. It's fire. I'm ready for tonight. I'm ready for these topics, and it's a good panel, and I'm ready to go, bro. Let's do this.
I know, I can tell. Holy shit, you huffed some pine Sol. That's great. So in regards to Injustice 2, I bet you just fucking mind fucked by that game, huh?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and it plays so well, dude. I am so happy I did not sleep on this game. It is definitely one of the best fighters I've ever played. I
agree. It's one of my favorite fighters of all time. Xbot, man, thanks for joining us for the topics, bro. Last week we had Tim Dog on. It was a good time. What have you been up to and all that good stuff?
Yeah, well, first of all, what's going on, people? Everybody in the chat, everybody on the panel. I am super hyped to be on. Dude, my life lately, for the past couple of days has been all about Fortnite, man. I've been, of course, dealing with life stuff, taking care of the kids. But anytime I get a controller in my hands, the first game I think of is Fortnite, man. And I'm actually going to go into that after we do this show. And I can't wait to get into these topics and share my opinions with you guys.
I'm right there with you, bro. We've been playing Fortnite. That's been my life, aside from putting videos out about false Xbox news yesterday. So, besides that, I've been playing Fortnite as well. I actually am going to address that whole thing. And I got so many messages. Hey, guy, you're right a lot, and it happens to everybody. I appreciate it, but we'll get into that. I do feel like an asshole for putting that out there from a leak. Fonz, what are you up to, bud?
Hey, maybe I should say, ask me after Gamescom, because that seems to be the going thing. Wait until Gamescom.
Oh, shit.
So I don't know how I am right now. We'll see. Once we get into this show and all these topics, there's lots of stuff to discuss here, and we're going to have some juicy stuff. So
that's good. That's good. You and all damn, I'll call you the drama queen team. Colt, he's back from his vasectomy, bro. How you been, bro?
Oh my gosh, the frozen peas have never felt so good. I gotta love my man Dealer. He tells everyone I'm gonna get my balls cut off, and I get these messages on Xbox Live. Hey Cole, hope you're feeling better. It was a great laugh.
And we're all really good friends here, right? So we fuck with each other like that. Yeah. How's vacation going for you?
Really good. I'm out here on the Pacific Coast, out here in Washington State. And the sun's shining, and I'm coming to you guys live from whale sperm smelling water. That's
gross.
Disgusting.
I bet you pinch your mouth with that shit, don't you?
But I had to get away. I had to, get the family out and get out and take a vacation, because there's been getting barraged on my YouTube channel. Just a lot of hate lately. People are just really salty lately. Have you guys noticed? Yeah, people are cranky.
As salty as you. You've been in that whale sperm water, bro. Maybe we can get into that shit, bro. We're trying to do some quick introductions, and that's how YouTube is, bro. People hate, especially when they fear change, and that's just the universal law of mankind. All day, bro.
Yeah,
how you been, bro?
Been good, man. I could be a little better, man. Kind of under the weather, but grind doesn't stop there. But what's up, panel? What's up, chat? Been up to playing Fortnite, whatever you want to call it. No, I'm joking.
Fortnite.
No, Fortnite's great. Been playing that. Been playing a lot of Destiny 2 beta and some Injustice. Luca kind of motivated me to get back in that ring.
Nice, bro. Nice.
Trying to grind out for some gear. It's all about that gear life. But yeah, let's get the show going, man.
And just so people know, all day he's kind of in transport right now, so he's trying to work towards better sound quality there as well. But I wanted to start off with Destiny 2 final impressions. Get a couple people in here, especially you guys in the chat. What do you think about Destiny 2 after putting who knows how many hours some of you guys have put into it? I want to start with Fonz, because he's a Destiny fangirl. We'll go through this topic real quick, and we'll move into the good stuff. Fonz, what do you think about this? Have you been playing it, bro?
Man, I you already know. So we're in chat all the time. I'm playing Destiny like 24/7 on this beta. Yes, I've played through the campaign mission 10 times with that little mission at the beginning, but I played a bunch of PvP, and I'm loving the new changes to PvP. I think that they've got it balanced now, and it's more team oriented. So that I love that focus. They make it to where you have to work as a team, and that's what it should be about. And I'm just really excited about what we're going to get in this upcoming final build, because this is just a beta. They've said that this is an old build, that this was a pre-E3 build, that changes are coming. But the changes that are in there right now, I do like.
Yeah,
I'm making a face
right now. Quite a bit.
I'm making a face right now. I'm making a face right now when he said that this is an old build. I think somebody just said recently that they try and put their best foot forward in a beta. But I played a lot of sequels.
It's Destiny, it is.
Yeah, I played a lot of. We've all played a lot of sequels of games we really like, and usually they feel they kind of have a fresh feeling. This one to me just didn't. It felt it felt expansion. I'm not trying to be cliche. What do you guys think?
You're not the only one that thinks that, What do you think, bro?
I think that, well, first of all, they didn't plan on making a Destiny 2 anyway. They planned on supporting Destiny 1 for like 10 fucking years with add-ons. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, the community threw a backlash out there, and they're like, damn, well, we better change this shit up. So they weren't even planning a sequel. So I could see where you would say that, it would feel like an expansion more or less. I think Bungie kind of backed themselves in a corner, and I actually said this before, where you have a bunch of loyal fans, right? And then a bunch of people that really shitted on the game. And now they're trying to get new gamers in there, but they're trying to support their loyal fans from the first Destiny. And they really backed themselves into a corner. I only played the story. I didn't get into the strike. I didn't get into the PvP. But I liked it, man. And my only downside to this is the first two missions kind of set up the game. And I want story in my campaign. Now, those first two missions are filled with story because you get the antagonist and everything like that. You have war going on, and then the rest of the game is like what happens after that. I hope they don't lose focus on the story, third chapter on. You see what I'm saying? They
need to definitely double down on that narrative for sure, because that's what Destiny 1 really lacked. Well, there was a big disconnect there. But hey, I think people expected more Destiny, and that's what they're getting. We got to give a shout out to Lady Foxfire in the chat. Thanks for showing up, supporting the podcast.
What's up, lady?
Speaking about that story aspect, they are adding side missions in this game. So like when you're out in the world and you're exploring shit, you'll come upon people that you can get side missions from. So like that's NPCs good. And stuff.
That's good. So I don't want that hollow shit either. I don't want any fucking go to kill 10 guys here and get some sparkle.
Fetch quests, yeah.
Quests like that, but hopefully it's not like go fetch my leg.
Yeah, that might even...
Well, let's just hope it's not like Horizon Zero Dawn. Hey, I lost my sword. You think you can find it?
Yeah. Well, like I said, people expected it, and I think they got what they expected for the most part.
Yeah, that Luke Smith said that. I hope they complain about too much story. Yeah. They're definitely working on a big chunk of story, so I don't think that'll be the problem. And the people that love the first game are going to absolutely love this. So if it's for you, it's for you. It may not be for me, is what I'm thinking.
Well, here's what I think. I think that we spent too much time on Destiny 2 already, because everybody and their grandmas played it. And, hope everybody enjoys the game. Hopefully it's good. It's not everyone's bag, but hey, some people's it is. Speaking of bags, something that has nothing to do with bags at all, Killing Floor 2 confirmed to be coming to Xbox One in August. And, of course, it will have a launch patch for the Xbox One X. Anybody getting this game?
Day one, man. Love Killing Floor 2, man. It's a great game.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
I got it free on the PS4. I got it free on the PS4. I still haven't played it yet. So, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a PS4 game.
I'm going to get a chance to play it at some point in time. It's just that Fortnite and a few other games have caught my attention so far, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Xbox. I got it free on the PS4 as well. I played it for like 2 hours and uninstalled it. It's
really?
Well, it's not everyone's bag, right? Just like Fortnite. Some games are a little more mindless than others, right? So it's up to each person to make the most out of their experience. Killing Floor 2, I know it's going to look gorgeous on Xbox One X, so I'm definitely probably going to check it out, especially if All Day's going to pick it up. I'll end up playing it as well.
Yo, Taylor, I love that. Definitely, probably.
Definitely, probably, maybe do that, perhaps. Yeah. We were talking a week or two ago about Xbox One X and what we'd like to see. We got some questions on Twitter about this. Actually, if you guys don't participate, follow me on Twitter at @dealer_gaming. My last post is about the RDX live question. If you want your question answered live, go there, put it there, and we do go through the community questions. One of them a week or two ago was about things we would like to see on the Xbox One X, and one of them has actually been delivered, according to Mike Ybarra, through a new Xbox update coming this year. You will be able to have third-party webcams for your Xbox One, and I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, because less and less people are using Kinect for obvious reasons, so USB webcams should be coming. Anybody looking forward to that for streaming, anything like that?
Yeah, I think that would kind of motivate me to get a good webcam. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it'd be interesting. I don't know if there's a cap for resolution. I would imagine 4K because, you're going to be playing games up around 4K, so it makes perfect sense. They also said that, of course, plug-and-play hard drive support is going to be available on the Xbox One X as well, which we've already said. That's common sense. So if you got all your games in an external, you can just plug it right in. It'll all work. No bandwidth issues.
More and more of these consoles are giving us this flexibility for things that PCs have been having for a while. So that's pretty cool to see stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. And shout out to over 300 watching already, guys. Hit that like button. You guys are fucking awesome. I wanted to talk about something I've been getting requests to talk about over the past week, and that's this Xbox sales decline crap. 30% decrease in overall sales over the last month, I think. And people are kind of talking this up like it's something, and it's really easy to shut these people down. You just remind them that the same exact thing happened to PS4 last year. It's not a knock on the platform. It's just what happened. When PS4 Pro was announced, people did not go out and buy slim PS4s initially. That was mainly a holiday thing with the bundles. Of course, I don't know. There's not really much to add here, but any thoughts? Of course, the sales are going to decline when the Xbox One X is about to come out.
I'm pretty sure all sales declined in every area of entertainment, so who gives a fuck? Everything has their ups and downs, man.
Well, right.
Then again, I just bought an S a couple weeks ago, so yeah, I'm enjoying it. I got my first one.
Jesus Christ, cool. You're a fraud. Jesus.
Well, what was it?
Like, where have you been? Have you been like, are you gonna hop on with us? And
no, I mean, I've had my.
He said no.
I've had my base Xbox One forever, but that 250 deal with 3 games, it was cool. But there's
what games did you get with it?
Forza 6. Holy crap, I can't even remember.
Recore
and Halo 5, which I thought was cool.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Halo 5, man.
Did you get the Amazon bundle?
You got to come over to my area with Halo 5, man.
It sounds like he got that Goodwill special. Shit.
Yeah, $250 for all that stuff.
Damn.
Came out the back of a truck.
Yep.
Right. So yeah, if the chat remembers, there was an Amazon deal, $250. You got several free games. I think there was even some charge stations that come with some of them.
It came with an extra controller, a charging pack, and Halo 5 Recore and Forza 6.
You know what? This is kind of suspect, man. That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Amazon shipped it all separately. It was all kind of like they all pieced it together from different deals and made the bundle for people.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it was cool.
Dope.
Everything's shipped separate.
Hey, Jay, you got a question for us, brother? I know you do.
Oh, of course I do. But at first, I want to say shout out to Rand, the fraud out there in chat. What's up, Rand?
What's up, Rand?
Sorry, we're going to be covering Rand's video.
Yo, kick that fool.
Rand made a video last night that was pretty controversial. We're going to give our takes on it, of course, and we're going to cover all that. I think it's a great subject to talk about in a podcast. So, give us that question, Jay.
All right. So this is from Games and Dames. They want to know, how do you think the Xbox One X will handle games on disc? Will the entire game fit? Because they live out in the cornfields.
Oh, the cornfields.
So, the internet and everything is not going to be too great there. So he wants to know, or she wants to know about this.
Now, that's a good question. And they did mention that in the XFest documents, which Digital Foundry just now got around to covering a part of that with the benchmarks. They mentioned that they're working on data compression. I think they can reduce that size by 30%. We're not entirely sure how that's going to work yet. So you might want to have your auto update and auto install update stuff on. That's the best advice I could give. I've been there. 3 megasecond. I've been there. I literally took me days to download Master Chief Collection, and I did it overnight when I slept. So I understand. That's also something we missed when we were talking about the patch sizes, right? We're like, it's not a big deal. What do you expect? You buy a 4K console, you need the updates. We forgot to mention that, hey, yes, this is going to suck for people with slow internet. So there's not really a way around it right now, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and all these existing are going to take a patch anyway at this point. So
yeah.
And Dealer makes a good point. When you're buying an Xbox One X, you kind of put yourself into the realm of where you need a higher speed for streaming content, bigger games, higher fidelity of everything. You know, if your internet is your bottleneck, that's kind of a bummer. But that's the kind of products you're buying into where you kind of need that better internet, and it sucks if you live.
Well, that's
in that area.
That's pretty much why Phil Spencer, Xbox Division, came out and said that the X is a premium product. So if you're going to invest in a premium product, I'm pretty sure they kind of figured, like, all the way around, you have, stable internet connection, everything like that. If you're looking to buy the top tier,
some people got all the money in the world, but they don't.
What does that have to? What does that have to? What does the fact that it's a premium console have to do with people's internet service? Like, if you live in a bad area, you can't really help that,
Yeah, sound like Luca's about to stab your ass, bro.
Well, see, I'm sorry. I live in the tri-state area. All right, so when it comes to bad internet service, a lot of time it has to deal with.
There is a very mild echo in the background somewhere, just to let whoever know.
I hear that too, man.
But yeah, continue, Xbox.
No, it's just that I don't know about like the middle of the country. I've never been out there and experienced that whole thing. A lot of times, like in the middle of Connecticut, you could get better service, but it's going to cost more. And in the middle of Connecticut, there's like nothing there, right? But they do have internet companies that offer better internet service, but it costs a hell of a lot more.
Well,
so
other places there are no options. Like where I used to live, AT&T. It was 3 meg. And let us know what your speed is in the chat. I mean, I'm not so jealous now, but back when I was on that cornfield shit, I'd be like, you motherfuckers. So back when I was out in the middle of a cornfield surrounded by a bunch of wheat, I had 3 meg down. And that was $50 a month with 400 kilobytes upload. Yeah, because you don't have options out there.
I'm dealing with like
charge you whatever they want.
I'm dealing with like 50 up, 150 down right now.
Yeah, and I'm doing much better now. But yeah, before I understand,
Let's pinpoint it back to the question. Do we know what portion of the game is actually going to come off the disk install and the rest is being delegated to
I'd imagine they're going to fit as much as possible. Meaning, because not every game, like Injustice, for instance, right? That game is only 20-something gigabytes, I do believe. They would have more than enough space to increase the fidelity and all that stuff and stick it on that disk for all those settings, right? The usual graphic settings don't take up too much data. It's the textures, and there's more than enough room on that 50-gigabyte disk to do that with Injustice. So unless the game's already capping out the disk, you might have to download it. That's the best answer.
I was about to pull a Matrick, though, and be like, yo, if you have slow internet service, we have a box for you. It's called the S, okay?
No, it's called the NES Classic. That's what we got.
Yeah. Good question, bro. We appreciate your questions, of course. Like I said, if you want to participate, the question's still up there on my Twitter. I'm going to talk about and I'm going to need the floor for a minute because I kind of fucked up yesterday. The real Xbox games with gold. Okay, so yesterday I did a video on a leak from Xbox Argentina. It was an official. I linked it and everything in the source description box or whatever. Turns out that wasn't. Yeah, well, no, I've done this before, but it was like 2 years ago. So I'm never reporting on games with gold early ever again. That's my new thing. So, yeah, I fucked up. I apologize for anybody looking forward to that. I think the new games are actually worse than the old games, but they are free. So there's no room to really bitch about that,
No, I actually thought that this was a pretty good list. The actual games were pretty good, but we were talking earlier. We kind of weren't on agreement of this setup for these games. I like it. We got Red Faction Armageddon on 360, which was, it was all right. It was still fun.
Yeah.
Bayonetta, which is a great game, well-loved game. We got Slime Goobers. Slime
Rancher, man.
Slime Goobers.
Slime Goobers.
I'm just kidding. And then the other Xbox One game was Trials Fusion, which is dumb fun. It's not terrible.
Somebody in the
not
chat
bad.
said, "Bro, you had me so disappointed yesterday." That's what I'm saying. I apologize for any of that kind of shit. I was confident. Trust me, I would much rather had that been correct than me be saying this shit right now. So, unfortunately,
dealers sending out. Yeah, dealers sending out digital codes for Firewatch to everybody on the chat. So just watch.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a good game, but yeah, we also have. Here's the games we got. The real games. We've got Trials Fusion. We got Slime Rancher. We've got Bayonetta for those that are interested. And we've also got Red Faction Gorilla. So, any thoughts? Are you guys looking forward to this stuff?
Or Armageddon, right?
Armageddon.
Yeah, that's the game that killed the franchise, guys. Good luck.
Yeah, Gorilla was way
Right.
better.
Yeah, way better.
Yep.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, THQ. They were on the deathbed already. You know.
Yeah, but
Fusion and Bayonetta for me, man.
Yeah, those are the only
Right.
2 good games from the list.
Hey, I appreciate it in this case,
Bayonetta.
bro. We appreciate the support. Everybody in the chat, almost
Can-
400
can-
of you guys. Hit that like button, guys. You guys are awesome. We
Can
do
we
make
trade-
mistakes, but they are very rare. So we appreciate it, man.
Can we trade Slime Rancher for Firewatch though?
I would prefer that. Yeah.
You know?
Didn't that just come out of? Didn't that just come out of Game Preview?
I have
Slime
no
Rancher.
idea. Slime Rancher, yeah. I think Snap's actually got a code from the developer, so we've had it for a while. She's played it maybe twice. That's about that.
The elevator? What's the elevator pitch? What is that game? Just give us the quick rundown. I have no idea what it is other than.
Dude, I can't
What
even.
did I saw?
Like I said, she played it twice. I saw it for maybe like 5 minutes. So I don't know, man. You're sucking up these different colored slimes and kind of putting them in stables and stuff like that. I don't know
It's
what
kind of
happens.
like micromanaging, like taking care of a pet or something, and breeding,
okay.
selling things like
I'll
that.
Speaking of Snap, she's in the chat along with
He's-
Matthew Qualls. Shout out to you guys. But yeah, ultimately, I mean, nobody's mind's gonna like explode out the back of their skull because of this games will go right. I mean,
It could
There's
be
always one
worse.
good one.
It's a good
There's
variety,
always
you
one
know?
good one every
yeah. Yeah, Invader, let us know what you think in the chat as well, bud. I'm going to move on to this Xbox One X pre-order information because there has been a slight update from Phil Spencer. Of course, he says all of the paperwork's done. They're basically just working on the announcement information now. So my best guess is they're going to save it until Gamescom. Common sense, right? You'll probably get pre-order information around there. I heard the second week of August. So what do you guys think? You guys looking forward to this?
Of course, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
You
my
are?
next console.
It's what we've been waiting for.
Wow. I just
Nah,
learned about it
pass.
yesterday. I'm already excited.
No, I'm actually taking all my money and I'm putting it towards the Atari box. I'm actually going to skip out on the X, man.
Wow.
But I definitely. I was gonna say I
It's
definitely.
just a new Ouya, bro.
I got you. I just say I definitely think they're waiting for Gamescom now. I think there's a certain amount of time once everything is approved that they kind of have to wait before they can go ahead and greenlight the pre-orders. But I have a feeling that they're gonna wait for Gamescom and then do it like right then and there. So
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's middle of August, that's super quick. Yeah, that's soon.
Well, Gamescom is like the second week of August, right? Maybe it's the third.
something like that in the middle.
The
It's
18th.
in the middle.
Yeah, somewhere around there. So there is
Yeah.
supposed to be a graphics comparison. I'm sure they'll release it around the time of the pre-orders. It makes perfect sense to me. Fonz, I know you're looking forward to this, bro. What do you think?
You know what, man? I'm looking forward to it, but you know what? We got to see what they end up showing at Gamescom and everything. So
Fonz ain't sold. Fonz ain't sold. It sounds like Fonz ain't buying it.
Yeah.
Fonz is excited,
I'm
man.
not-
You can hear it.
I'll
I'm not
order one
complete-
for you. I'm rich.
I'm not.
Yeah, Fonz, you don't sound like you're too enthused, bud.
Not too enthused. No.
Sounds
Wait,
like we
so
got to
you're
kick
not-
him out of the community now.
Like you're,
Come on, man.
you're not excited that the console's gonna be ready for pre-order?
You know what? I wanted it to be ready yesterday for pre-order. Okay, damn it.
Mhm.
I want the console now. I do, but it's like, you know, it's like just put it out for pre-order already. I'm tired of waiting. I'm saying, like, I think they should have. I know they had to wait for that FCC approval and stuff, but you know what? That paperwork was done. Put it out tomorrow. Just do it. Do it already.
Just do it.
I think they're
Do
waiting
it.
to get
Exactly.
to kind of get maximum impact, and the only way this really makes sense to me is for them to hold off for that graphics comparison that they had kind of teased.
Yeah.
So I think it makes sense what they're doing, but at the same time,
But-
yeah, this stuff should have been ready.
Wait-
Apparently, if you missed last week's show, it was a single wireless part, inside the Xbox One X that needed some kind of FCC paperwork that was holding up the whole console's process through the pre-order kind of FCC process. So, yeah, now they've got that done. Apparently, it's coming soon. Next 2 weeks or so, you should see pre-orders for this thing. And Fonz, hopefully we can get you some Lunesta or something, bro. I don't know. We can help you.
Check this out. So, with Xbox marketing, you know they're going to make the right decision on when to put the pre-orders up, right? I mean, their marketing has been spot on so far.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, they'll probably do it around Christmas, bro.
I was waiting for the start.
It's already out, and you can pre-order the bitch. Yeah. All right, let's talk about Randall Softserve's video, right? Randall Softserve's video. If you guys didn't see it, it was titled "Crackdown 3 is a joke" or something like that. But if you watched the video, you understood perfectly where he was coming from. In my opinion, he wasn't saying the game's a joke, right? We haven't played the game. Nobody can just look at this game and say it's a joke. He was saying that the marketing and the way they're trying to show this game off, it's becoming a joke to other people, and we've all heard it. Crackdown looks like trash, blah blah blah. But if their opinion meant that the game was going to be trash because it looks like trash, then to me, most of the stuff over there would be trash to me because it's not my type of game, right? Like Ni no Kuni or any of those Japanese games I'm personally not into. If that statement were true, then those would be trash because I think they look like trash. So we haven't played the games.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm just saying hold the fuck off till we see the destruction of Gamescom. If that doesn't hit, if that doesn't show up, then I'm gonna be pissed off, and we're all gonna give them shit because they deserve it, right? As Xbox fans, I think they would deserve it. But Rand's point was, if you saw their Crackdown Comic-Con streams, it was pretty horrible. They had some actors. I don't think anybody knew where they were, for one. And secondly, they didn't even know how to move a joystick or look around. They didn't know how to play the game. It was embarrassing. And we heard that Major Nelson was pretty pissed off about it. It didn't go their way. And I'd like to know who's in charge of that, who's responsible. And to me, that falls in the marketing department. I know we've all got a lot to say about this all day. Let us know what you think about this, bro. Or Luca, if you're that anxious, go ahead.
Yeah, no, can I just say that I think it's ridiculous that people were attacking Rand over this video. They didn't even watch it. And that's something I really cannot stand. People who make these judgments and assumptions just based off the title of the video. Like, he wasn't wrong, you know? And people are just like, well, we should kick him out of the community. I'm like, you sound so stupid. Do you realize how stupid you sound saying that? I think he's spot on it. He's spot on when it comes to Crackdown 3 and how it's being marketed. It's not good. It's not good. And this is supposed to be the flagship for the Xbox One X. They need to do a better job showcasing
I feel like that's finite. You cannot argue that point. Like, I feel like the marketing team behind Xbox, we all have to agree on this. I feel like that's one of the areas they're lacking for obvious reasons. And the more we damage control it and hide it and say some Xbox fans are just more hard on Xbox games than others. No, I think that we deserve more. I think that the reason Microsoft is such a great gaming company now is because we demanded more. So in terms of marketing, I don't know any of these marketing people personally, so I have no problem saying replace them, get them the fuck out of there, get somebody in there that's more aggressive, that knows how to communicate with people better. Because right now, hiring actors that don't even pretend to know how to play video games to play your shit on a stream, that's horrible. That was the worst idea you've had this month.
Dealer, this entire generation, we've been waiting for the marketing to catch up. Every time there's a good commercial, people are like, all right, here we go. Yo, finally marketing is caught up and everything like that. And then they just kind of drop it off a cliff at certain points in time.
And I love some of the ads they've done, bro. Like Halo 5, the advertising for that got me excited for Halo.
And then it wasn't the game.
That is the problem. That is a problem, right? Also, Halo Wars 2, although you saw zero gameplay, it was funny as hell to me. So they can do it. They just need to do it.
Well, they dedicated themselves more to that grassroots thing. And I think at least part of the grassroots thing, once like certain YouTubers and stuff get their hands on the X and they start like streaming with the 4K, all that good stuff with the X, I think that grassroots thing will take effect then. But until then, life is about balance. So you balance that grassroots with a more traditional marketing campaign, and then you keep it constant throughout. You have new hardware coming out. I haven't really seen anything with the X when it comes to commercials or anything like that yet. Like you need to do this now, guys. I am willing to take over.
Marketing leak this show, bro. So we'll get into that.
Hey, my thing is the whole, like, you guys watched the stream, right?
Yeah.
Okay. At any point in time, did Major Nelson snatch the controller at anyone's hand?
He tried to. He tried to on Forza Motorsport 7 stream, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think they should have sent, another PR person, or at least somebody more familiar with video games or more knowledge in gaming to kind of demonstrate or kind of guide them, as they're playing. Because that shit right there, man.
Or better yet, don't fucking let them play the game. Don't have them on.
Yeah.
I got to say, I do PR stuff professionally for my real job. And what I saw from that Crackdown Comic-Con thing is whoever's in charge of their marketing has never worked with video games before. That's what it looks like to me, because to say, oh, let's get some prominent personalities to grab a controller. And
yo, they weren't even prominent, though. Who were they? Like, who were those people?
D-list, right?
Yo.
So you got to get a marketing team that is good at marketing that type of product, which is entertainment or video game. Their marketing right now doesn't look like marketing group that is going to be pushing for Microsoft. And they may do this grassroots stuff, but Microsoft isn't supposed to be doing grassroots. They're a huge company and they're doing great things. They have great products. They need to be big. They need to be marketing as big as they are.
Microsoft has never ever been good at marketing. I mean, they are absolutely blessed that the Surface took off and everything like that, because their marketing from all the way back to the Zune has been absolutely shitty.
I think we all agree on this whole marketing debacle. I'd like to know what the chat thinks as well. Do you think, put a 1 if you think their marketing needs to be improved? Maybe they need to hire out. It's nothing personal against the staff there. We don't want anyone to lose a job, but at the same time, you're hired to do a job, and one company's doing it significantly more effectively than the other. So put a 1 if you think that. Yeah. 2 if you think that the marketing is fine and you think they're treating Crackdown perfectly. And shout out to 400 people watching this live, guys. We appreciate it. Hit that like button. And if you're on Twitter, retweet this bitch. Help out the podcast. You guys are awesome. But the Crackdown 3 thing, all day. You got anything else to say on this? I know you were pretty livid over this whole thing.
You know what? I just, it's been, when did Crackdown get announced? 2014? E3?
I think it was 2013. Don't quote me on that.
2013? Was it that far ago? Shit.
I think they might have announced it at the first E3. It was a CG trailer. I could be wrong, though.
I think
I told you off the air, like I told you, when we were in personal conversations, man, I told you the only thing that would win me over, would be the destruction and the multiplayer, right? Mm-hmm. It shouldn't take this long to see something. You know what I mean? Yeah. We should have seen the E3. Well, do we have to? Oh, wait to E3, guys. Just wait. Oh, no. Now it's wait to Gamescom. Gamescom.
Well, I will say, though, that we expected them to show, because any logical human, right? You bring your biggest guns to E3 because it's not the biggest gaming event in the world. That's Gamescom. But it is the most televised, the most marketed, the most media-friendly event for video games, right? Mm-hmm. So you bring the biggest fucking rocket launcher you got. And what they did with Crackdown is instead of showing some revolutionary cloud-powered multiplayer destruction, which would have blown all of our faces off, right?
Right.
Showed us, 2 minutes of single player. And people are complaining about the single player, and I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like, people complained about Crackdown 2 not being as good as 1. They want kind of a Crackdown 1 style back, and this looks like Crackdown 1 in 2017. I get that if that's not your style, but what I want to see is that multiplayer with destruction, and they should have shown that at E3. It would have.
That is the selling point. Period. That's the selling point.
Waiting for though. What are they waiting for? I don't understand. What are they waiting for? Everyone's saying, where is this multiplayer destruction? Does it even exist? And they just keep holding off. What the heck are they waiting for? They're just casting doubt at this point.
That's good. That's a good point. They could very well be having problems with the multiplayer, or it could be like they said before, Gamescom. So if it's not a Gamescom, we're all going to take a big old shit on them. Do not be surprised if you see that, because you got to stick to your word. And if they can't do it,
if I don't see it at Gamescom, I'm going to speak up. And I've played enough games to know when I watched the footage that Rad Brad was given, and I watched it, I know enough to kind of like just controlling that game. I kind of know how it would feel, and I liked what I saw for Crackdown. It's funny because I drummed up a video like Friday before I took off to the beach, and I'm like, I'm going to set this to schedule to come out middle of the week, which is in a couple days. And so I put that thing on schedule. I take off for vacation, and this Gamescom thing drops where everyone's bashing the game. And here comes a Cole Eastwood video that I recorded 3 days ago. It's going to say, man, Crackdown sure looks great. I'm damage controlling the whole thing.
you know what? I
was comparing Crackdown 2 footage side by side with Crackdown 3. What do you guys think? That's what I'm saying. What do you think it's an upgrade? Do you like this game? But,
I mean, a little bit.
Bonds was going to say something. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Basically, this whole thing is it's insane to me. Like, I'm going to go ahead and just say that already. At this point already, I'm saying there's problems with this game, guys. There's a problem here. They have not shown the destructibility. They have not shown the multiplayer. There's an issue with that. There's obviously an issue. They would have showed it at the biggest game show of the year at E3. They didn't. They would have showed it here at Comic-Con. They didn't. Waiting for Gamescom. It's 4 months away when these guys are about to launch this game. There is issues with this multiplayer. How anybody can...
Well, let's not make definitive statements because Gamescom's right around the corner, man.
They showed the destruction.
Hold on.
Fonz, they showed the destruction a couple years back. They showed the demo of how the servers were.
Yeah, but the issue is Xbox. It's been a couple years.
Well, here's the deal. I'm not saying they're right, but I'm trying to look into it in kind of like through their eyes. If they already showed that, and they're like, well, man,
what the fuck?
Wait until Gamescom, to show the destruction.
But Xbox, was that little sizzle reel of destruction enough for you in 2-3 years?
Well, hold on. Well, here's the deal. All right, what I saw from Rad Brad, I actually did a live show with K Mega and the Don, and from what I saw from Rad Brad, I don't see where everybody is bitching about with the graphics. Like I thought the player detail was good. I thought the lighting was awesome. When things exploded, you saw the light reflecting off the buildings. When you were standing under a light post, you saw the light reflecting off the armor in a metallic fashion. I thought it looked good. I don't see what everybody is bitching about.
In terms of the graphics, bro, Crackdown has never, ever been a graphical showcase.
And it's still, it looks like an upgrade from the previous two. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, so are we talking about graphics or the destruction?
That's where a lot of people get mixed up, yeah.
I'm talking about the multiplayer period. What is going on with this multiplayer that they're not showing it? It's kind of weird because when you take movie trailers, what they do is they show the best parts. They show some of the best parts of the movies and put it out there. Same thing, with anything else. They put their best product in the best light and they put it out there for people to see. They're not doing that for Crackdown. There's got to be a reason why.
I talked about this last night. Remember, we were saying that they have 4 months to go. 4 months isn't the development period; it's the polishing period.
Exactly.
That's where I agree with Fonz. It's a little iffy.
Period. Why aren't they showing their best aspects of this game? They're not
trying to explain a possible reason why.
Xbox. You're going to get a lot of people like me who are going to speculate and say there's something wrong.
I got you, man, and I'm trying just to look at things from a full perspective. All right, and there's a chance that these people that the developers, Xbox, of course, marketing, they're so great. They decided that, they showed the tech demos, showed that it was working. A lot of people after that were asking about the single player. At one point in time, people thought that the single player was like completely delaying the game. It was delaying this game. So they might have thought mindset wise, I'm not saying they're right. I wanted to see more at E3. They should have highlighted this shit. There should have been a center stage spotlight on this game. They didn't do that, but they showed the single player. They might have thought within their doors it was okay to do this way.
Xbox. Here's my problem with that. Here's my problem with what you just said. They knew since E3 there was an uproar about where's the multiplayer? Where's the multiplayer? Gamescom was their chance to show that. Was their chance to show that, and they didn't show that.
Oh, Gamescom didn't come up yet.
You mean
not Gamescom? I mean Comic-Con. Comic-Con. They could have showed it there. They didn't show that. Well, if they don't show it at Gamescom, which they honestly, I don't think they will, guys. I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, see, I think you're giving too much, to the Comic-Con. I think you're giving that way too much credit right now. It's first of all, it is. Hold on.
To be fair, Xbox. To be fair, I know that you're saying that Fonz. I know that you're saying that Fonz is giving Comic-Con too much credit, but to be fair, I've seen Xbox fans giving Comic-Con too much credit.
You know what?
But this is a conversation between
all right, hang on. Let me interject here, okay?
Xbox, you're the guest on this show, fam. Don't forget that.
I know. It's all love.
Give him that word.
Shit, people.
Somebody's gonna throw it somewhere.
We're all adults here. Shut the fuck up. Jesus.
Hey,
all right. what he was saying, and then we will move to whoever the fuck wants to have a seizure after him. All right, so go ahead, Xbot. Let's you have your stroke, and then someone else can have their seizure.
Can I have the seizure? Can I go full stroke here?
You can do everything you want right now. You can break dance. It's your floor. Go ahead.
Like I said, I'm not saying like they are correct here. I'm trying to look from a wider perspective, possibly from their perspective. Not saying that they're right or wrong. All right, and from what they've done, all right, you had the multiplayer demo a couple years back. They showed that was working. A lot of people talked about the single player. So they used this E3 for the single player. Now you already have your Comic-Con shit all set up and everything like that. You're going to go back and be like, oh man, there was such a backlash. Should we do this at a comic book conference, or should we really go all out at Gamescom? You see what I'm saying? And I would pick Gamescom, me personally. I would pick Gamescom.
Fonz,
I know, but the
rebuttal.
The problem I had with that was I was on BGST a couple of weeks ago. When I was talking like this, I had a person in there tell me that, you know what, in when Comic-Con comes up, that's where they're going to show the multiplayer. That's where they're going to do it. Wait for Comic-Con. Guess what happened? They didn't show the multiplayer. So you have Xbox dudes running around saying, wait for this show, and it hasn't happened yet. I mean, the two biggest shows of the year so far, it hasn't happened. Gamescom, yes, it's bigger than all of them, but you know what? It's not the E3. The E3 is the biggest show here in stateside. That is our big gaming show, yes. And they did not show it there. They should have. They should have showed it there, and they didn't. And that's why I'm saying there might be.
I was gonna say, I understand exactly what you're saying, but you also got to realize in this crazy world we call YouTube, a bunch of people are gonna say a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? What you have to do is pull your own logic and stick with what you feel is right, man.
I want to know what the chat thinks is right. Go ahead and let us know in the chat. And shout out to almost 450 people watch this live. Finger bang that like button as we all find ourselves drained from this perpetual argument of.
I tried to do that and I broke my computer screen, man. Damn it.
Here's what I would say before we move on, because people's got shit to do around here. I would say that Comic-Con is a massive show, but it's not gaming oriented. I think the gaming injection is more recent here, right? Especially with newer titles and trying to show them off. The streams are unacceptable. That is a massive mishap on the marketing side. But at the same time, of course, you want to get some awareness. There was just a big blunder there. Now, when it comes to where they should show off what, I think Gamescom personally is the right place to do so, because everyone knows that as the largest gaming event on the planet. And if they do not show the multiplayer there, then yes, cause for concern. But as of right now, nothing is happening that they didn't say was going to happen weeks ago. They said Gamescom. So let's hold on and give it a minute. You know, Gamescom's close. So if they don't, Fonz, then, you know, we completely understand where you're coming from. But until then, we can't make absolute claims, in my opinion.
I love how damage controlling in the chat, man. That's beautiful.
We are not making any claims. I am making that claim. Bonzarelli are going on record right now to say there are problems. Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, so
hey, go watch Fonz's video, guys.
If you're wrong, it's not a big deal. We say, that's Fonz. Or if you're right, we say, yep, you were right. So it's not really a big deal.
Oh, that's fine.
And I would say, go watch Fonz's video. It's a good,
so no more damage controlling Crackdown, bro.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to damage control right now except for the marketing. That's the only problem with Crackdown.
Shut up all day.
Crackdown fans,
no more, please.
The Crackdown fans, the marketing is the only thing that's really shit to the game right now. If it's not your style, it's not your style. So it is what it is. I want to move on to another Twitter question, Fonz. If you can wrangle us up one of them there questions real quick.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty awesome.
We got a lot of oddball questions. Guys, come on. Keep the questions like, I don't know, just coherent.
Just look at other people's questions too, and make sure you're not asking the same one.
Just Cobra was asking, do you think the CPU in the X is strong enough to run open world games at 60 frames per second? And if not, does that mean Phil lied?
I think that that's a really multi-layered question, and the open world games is too wide a blanket statement. The CPU usage really is, like we said before, is going to be AI destruction related, simulation related, like in City Skylines. It's got to simulate every aspect of every policy that you implement, the amount of money you're bringing in, how many buildings are bringing in money, what buildings are, all that stuff's on the CPU. So that's kind of a blanket statement. But I will say that if Gears 4 single player can't do 60 frames per second, then you're probably not going to see too many open world games at 60. You know, that's just.
Yeah,
but then again, games like The Surge, they're not really open world, but they are 60. So I think it's largely based on the engine. You know,
isn't he asking a 60 option at just regular HD? Maybe that sounds like what his question could be. Too.
Yeah, but if it's CPU bottleneck, it could be at 720p and it still wouldn't hit 60.
Exactly.
So the CPU is not good enough to get CPU the information it needs to render.
And I don't remember Phil Spencer targeting 60 FPS on any type of standard. I don't ever remember any quote like that. You guys?
No, he never said anything about 60 frames was going to be, done across every game. That never came up. I don't know why.
We're not going to see open world GTA type games at 60 frames per second. At
No,
least not
not at
until the next Xbox and PS5.
That is
Possibly then.
Now there are good blatant kind of exceptions to that, like Ark Survival Evolved. That's about as open world as you can get. That will be 60 with variable frame rates depending on how much action is going on. So that's what I'm saying.
So glitchy that glitches should be a feature.
You haven't played the PC version. Trust me, the game is fucking.
Well, no, I'm
gorgeous.
talking console version, man.
Yeah, you're getting PC
Metal
Ultra
Gear 5 is
on the Xbox One.
Metal Gear 5 is 1080.
No, it's not. You
Hey,
fraud.
does anybody know if PUBG going to be 60 frames at all?
I heard
Not sure.
30.
30.
I'm just saying though,
it's
if it's possible for Ark to do this, I'm not ruling out other games as well. I think it's developer based, and like
Right.
Witcher 3, for instance, a lot of it's kind of wilderness, right? Not a shit ton of AI everywhere, not a whole bunch of shit happening everywhere. I could see that maybe being a possibility, but maybe dropping a little bit in the cities where there's a lot of population and stuff going on. I don't know. There's just not enough. The shit ain't even out for 4 months. So great question. Stuff I've been wondering about since I've heard about it. So other than that, we just don't know. Just don't know. But that would be great, right? I think we all agree here 60 is way better than 30 times a million. So. Times a million. I wanted to talk about PS4 MPD victory in June. Who here gives a fuck? Any fucks given?
Good job, Sony.
Crickets
No.
right
Good
now?
job, Sony.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah.
Yep. I covered this in my last video. I'll say the same thing I said when the Xbox One S was winning MPDs constantly back last year. I don't give a fuck. It's not indicative of a higher quality product. The Nintendo Wii crushed everything last generation, and a lot of people thought it was the worst by far. So sales are
And
great.
good luck
but
playing that game. Yeah, good luck playing that game called Sales.
yeah,
It's real
sales
fun.
are great, but it's not going to change someone's preference. So that's great, Sony. Just like I said with Xbox, great Microsoft, but it really doesn't mean anything. There's a reason less and less people are bragging about the sales thing.
They're both PlayStation and Xbox are both selling better than they did last generation, which means a bigger consumer base, which should mean more software. That's the only thing when it comes to sales. Like the more hardware out there, the more games we should be getting.
Yeah,
That's
Completely agree. And like the chat says, who gives a fuck? I'm with you. So
Here's the thing. Both of them are selling millions and millions of consoles. It doesn't matter at that point who's on top. Just it doesn't matter. As long as they're both doing well, we're going to get good games. Or that's how it should work.
And
obviously,
I want to kind of pin something to the ground here. We're not going to change our tune when Xbox takes MPD potentially in November. All right, expect that.
Thank you, man, because I've been getting some shit on Twitter about not changing my tune about native resolution lately. It has been funny as hell, man. So
People are dumb. They don't even watch videos and they say you said shit, and then you link them to 10 videos where you said the opposite, and then they just don't.
And
reply,
then you actually send them a link, and they don't know how to use a mouse either.
like, oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Sorry, they don't. You can't even get that out of them. So I wanted to talk about one of the main subjects here is a marketing leak, and we got to give a shout out to Noof Nukem for this. I've linked his Twitter down in the description. So please go follow him, especially if you maybe want to ask him questions about what he saw. Maybe he can let you see the picture himself. But at GameStop, there was some marketing information for the Xbox One X posted up on the wall, pretty big actually. And they're playing the power game big time here. So the post read the GameStop sign. Sorry, I'm fucking fumbling my words here. It said the world's most powerful console. Games play better, 40% more powerful than PS4 Pro. Games play better than ever. There's a lot of emphasis on, hey, it's better than everything else, right? And while it's not going to blow your mind, right? We all knew this. It is nice to see Microsoft kind of going and touting this in a GameStop. And they also did show both first-party games like Forza Motorsport along with third-party games like Call of Duty in this marketing as well. I've not seen it in my GameStop. Has anyone in the chat noticed this?
No.
We've got photo proof of this. Though.
They still have vanilla Xboxes at the kiosks, so I doubt it.
I saw a picture on Twitter, and the first thing that came to my mind is this is at GameStop, all right? So they need to dumb it down a little. Honestly, they have all these, like, it's numbers, 4K, you know, and then it's telling you
40%.
And all this stuff, right? But they need to break it down simply like with the 6 teraflop GPU. Instead of just having it say 6 teraflop GPU, why don't they do what they do on their website and put like lifelike detail above it? And then for the memory bandwidth, have it read faster load times above that. You know, market it that way instead of just putting those numbers out there.
Yeah, like little Timmy looking up at the sign, he don't have a fucking clue what a titty flop is, you know. So
we're talking about a 35-year-old man that has no clue about that stuff at times, you know. And they're looking at those numbers, going, "What does that mean? What is 6
Yeah,
teraflops?"
they just need to say the games run the best, they look the best, and that kind of stuff, right? What people want to know, faster load times, and so forth.
You know, Fonz, I agree with you 100%. And you know, when I feel that Xbox is taking this marketing seriously is like what All Day said. When they go into the kiosk and they take that launch Xbox One out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, agreed.
When they take it out, then everything goes silent. Xbox, did you die? Are you still there?
Is that all?
He was miming. He was miming what he said, and he just yanked his mic head.
Right. So I'm gonna guess what he said. So when they take that OG Xbox out and put the X in, and then showcase it to people walking by.
But I mean, do you guys understand what I'm saying? On their website, if you go there, when it says those 8-core custom CPU, 2.3 gigahertz, it says smoother gameplay, and it'll give you descriptions of what these things will do for, you know, in layman's terms. And that's what I think they need to do on these signs and stuff, rather than just putting numbers out there, because only dealer guys like Dealer really know and understand that fully.
I agree, Fonz. I think, you know, a good maybe 10% of the gamers that own those consoles are hardcore enough to know what those numbers mean and what they're looking for. And that's why the Pro and the X is kind of tailored to those gamers. Those that care about what 4K is.
I hear you, but you got to give them this. It is kind of hard to market this kind of stuff. It's the first of its kind with the Pro and the X, and it's really hard to just pin down exactly how to do this because it's not been done before. So I completely understand if they struggle kind of at the beginning, but at the same time, people seeing is believing in Microsoft. So that's what people need to see. Any last thoughts on Comic-Con 2017, especially you in the chat? Anything they could have done differently, Fonz? Let us know real quick, bro.
I think that they could have probably.
What's that, Colt? You interrupted, motherfucker.
What?
Right. Let a gamer play. Let a gamer play.
Let one of us play the. Yeah, let one of us play it. Put Fonz on there.
What the fuck?
Colt, you crackhead.
Yeah.
I know you just got a vasectomy, bro, but you got to be running out of pills by now. Fonz, what were you saying?
No, I'm agreeing with Colt. I think that they should have had gamers playing the games instead. Even if it was just the single player, it would have been a lot better if it was somebody that knew how to even operate a controller. You know, it seemed like they didn't even know how to move those sticks right. It was.
What do you mean? Seems like she didn't know what she was doing.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't. And it was a joke. It wasn't just her. It was other people too. It was just bad. They shouldn't have streamed it this way. And I think the stream kind of killed it as well, because it looked like it was in 240p, and people are basing the graphics off of that, and that is ridiculous to do.
Yeah, it just could have gone so much better. Luca, give us your final thoughts on Comic-Con before we move into the next topic.
They could have done better. I agree with Fonz.
Okay, Xbox, you still in here, bro?
No, he dropped out.
Okay. I'm not looking at that. What happened to Xbox? I don't know.
I cut his mic. I kicked him out. That's what happened.
Oh, God. You almost got it. Yeah.
Oh, snaps at that knife to his throat. This motherfucker.
Oh, shit. So, yeah, they could have done things better. That's without question. So, I think Xbox has many pieces of the puzzle. They've got the online. They've got now the power. They're investing $1 billion in their first party, although we are lacking some titles now. Nonetheless, I think marketing is one of their biggest enemies right now. So shout out to, we almost had 500 people in here a minute ago. Hit that like button, guys. You guys are awesome. Nier Automata rumored to be coming to Xbox One. Thoughts? Who gives a shit? Anybody?
Well,
game's good. I'm playing through it right now. So
yeah, I'm interested.
Xbox people get to play it. That's awesome.
Yeah, options are good, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested in the game. I was gonna just wait till it was cheaper, though. I'm not picking that up for 40 or 35 or however. I hear it's good, and you know, everyone who's played it says it's really good. So I'm gonna give it a shot, but I don't think it's gonna do well on the Xbox, and that's just how I feel about it.
I mean, the first two were on Xbox, right?
Were they? Did they do
Yeah,
well?
I don't know if they did well. Probably doubt it, but I think they were on the 360.
Well, that's cool then. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like many people in the chat, not really my type of game, but as I said the other day when I covered this in a video, options are good, and the more games you have, the better. Now, just because something might flop initially, let's say Nier did 100K in the first month, right, which is probably kind of realistic, maybe a little less. Over the next 10 years, this thing might make millions on the storefront. That's what people have to remember. These games don't just exist for the first week. They do suffer a massive decline in sales, but over 10 years, you can see how a game can make a few $1 million perhaps. So options are great, and I don't know anybody who would say otherwise. One last thing, Xbox division worth $9 billion. I guess that's good news. That's good news.
Well, I can't tell, but yeah, that's good news.
Well, like I said, they did just say they're putting $1 billion of that into games, so I can't wait to see what they're working on. They're apparently working on some third-person action-adventure stuff, which is great. I'm really wondering where the fuck Xbot went. Mel, beat the shit out of him. Tell him to get back in here if you can.
Put your fucking mouth on the mic. Put it on there.
Jesus.
But yeah, for sure, this has been the most unorthodox fucking RDX so far. But yeah, for sure, $9 billion. They're highly profitable. The reason I mention this is because you used to have people saying they're trying to get out of the business. It's not profitable. Apparently, it's been profitable this whole time. Phil Spencer has already confirmed the Xbox One is outpacing the 360 even now. And it's been great, even though people say they're not selling and all this shit. It's been doing good this whole time, according to Microsoft, and obviously according to their profitability. So I think it's good news. We're going to start with the outros, guys. Thanks for joining us. If you missed any part of the podcast, you're looking for the news regarding the Marketing League, Crackdown, any of that, be sure and check the video out when it re-uploads to the channel. Of course, this is RDX Podcast. It's for the hardcore guys. If you don't like listening to this kind of stuff, that's unfortunate, but for those that do listen, we appreciate the support. Those that catch it on the way to work or however else you might catch it, you guys are awesome. Be sure and hit that like button, show your support. And of course, I want to start with Luca. What have you been up to? Where can we find you?
Oh, okay. Well, I just want to say this has been a good show, bro. You can find me at the Ashen at the Ashen Luca on Twitter and Xbox Live, and also I'm on Speak Podcast. It's a non-gaming related podcast. You can check out links on my Twitter. And I also want to say, happy that Xbot was on. He's my bro. He's my brother. We always get into it. So like, don't start making rumors, guys. Like, we're chill, okay? So yeah, thanks, bro.
Yeah, you went ham there, so it was a little concern. Fonz, how you been, bro? Where can people find you?
Yeah, they can find me at Everything According to Me here on YouTube, or right there on Twitter at jfonzarelli. And thanks to all the friends of the show and the frauds of the show as well. Thanks for coming out.
Yep, we'll get you some Lunesta for next week, bro. All day. Where you been, bro? Where can we find you?
Man. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter all day _digital. I'm gonna go drink some warm Hennessy.
Can't you picture all day laying in the fucking couch with a pig in a blanket on his stomach right now? What's up, man? Fucking...
Oh man, I'm just really sick, man. But thanks to the chat, man. Everybody who came out to rock with us, man. It was a good show. See you next week. Fucks.
Colt, how you been, bro? Where can we find you, man?
Eastwood on YouTube. I'm just doing stuff every few days. And thanks to everybody who's giving me a chance to listen, you know, and all the well wishes for my balls. It's been fun.
My goodness.
Xbox, you came back just in time to say goodbye, bro. Where can people find you, man?
Yeah, I keep everything simple, guys. My bad. The router got unplugged, so I lost it.
I love that one.
Oh man, but yeah, I keep everything simple, everything across the board, whether it's Twitter, my YouTube channel, everything is Xbot448, Xbox Live, PSN, all that good stuff. Yo, dealer, rest of the panel, it was an absolute blast. I know people might have thought one thing or another when we get into talking, but I want to let everybody know, guys, it's just about games. This is a bunch of cool ass people just talking about games, man. There's nothing serious going on here, and guys, I had a lot of fun, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Like I said, Luca was about to stab you, so we had to end this shit real
Well,
quick.
that's an everyday thing, though.
It's an everyday
You
thing.
covered that. She said you guys are really good friends. You guys go back and forth. It's completely understandable. Me and All Day do that too, so it's just part of being passionate
Fuck
about
dealer.
games. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, I mean, well, less of that, but yeah, I understand what you're talking about. So thanks for almost 500 people showing up. You guys are awesome, and we appreciate the support, guys. We're gonna go ahead and head out. Like I said, all the information's in the video. Just go back, check it out, leave a comment. We will reply, and we are out, guys.
Bye.